Hey everyone, Peter Billigus here for the Peter Billigus channel, where we always, hopefully, make finance fun. Today we are asking and answering another unusual financial question. You see, for the past 20 years, I've been a professional speaker. My target market was typically young Americans, high school students, college students, members of the military, and young professionals. On average, I would speak at over 50 colleges a year, like this one. Over the years, as I got older and didn't want to travel so much, my schedule slowed down a bit. Then COVID slowed my schedule down a lot. But for the past 20 years, I have been in front of roughly 10,000 college students and their parents every year. And being in front of that many college students, I get a lot of questions. Now, the questions come in all shapes and sizes, some common, some unusual. And I'm happy to answer all of them as best I can. But in hearing all of these questions, I am listening for something specific. What I'm listening for are trends. In other words, I'm trying to figure out two things. Number one, which questions am I no longer hearing? And number two, which questions am I hearing more often? If there was a question that I'm no longer hearing, then that meant to me that either A, I addressed that question in my speech, or B, whatever the issue surrounding that question was no longer an issue. So for example, when I started my career, I got a lot of questions about credit scores and how they worked. While I took the time to answer these questions, what I was really trying to do was learn how I could adjust my speech to address these questions based in advance. Based on the questions, I adjusted my speech, and the questions related to credit scores started to go away. But I'm also listening for questions that I'm hearing more often. Of course, I'm getting a lot more questions about Bitcoin than I got 20 years ago because, well, there was no Bitcoin. But there is one question that I have been asked since the beginning that has not gone away. It has only gotten more prominent. And it's the question that everyone seems to be asking, from first-year students to seniors, from engineers to English majors, from students and parents, all races, all faces, all places. That question is college worth it? Now, 20 years ago, I barely heard that question. Occasionally, but rarely. But now, 20 years later, that once rarely asked question has become the question. Students are worried. Students have said to me, Peter, I am concerned I am borrowing too much money, and I'm not going to be able to get a job that will support my debt, and I will be forced to wander the streets in a clown suit, wearing nothing but a tattoo across my chest that reads, "What do the tough guys do on their second night in Bangkok?" With each passing year, I get more and more questions like this from students. I get this question from parents. I even get this question from my college clients. The schools themselves have said to me, Peter, parents are asking us, is this whole college thing worth it? What do we say to them? So is it worth it? Well, let me start by answering that question with a question. Now, this question will not apply to everyone, but even if it doesn't apply to you, you probably can answer it. What do you normally pay for a monthly membership to your gym? For most people watching this, the number is somewhere between $25 and $150 per month. Now, I know some of you have gotten a super deal and you pay less than that. And if your gym has racquetball courts, tennis courts, a swimming pool, and a locker room that looks like this, well, you probably pay more. I used to belong to that gym, but I knocked over the table with the candles on it, so there were a lot of candles. So most of you watching this pay somewhere between $25 to $150 a month for your gym. Let me tell you what I pay at my gym. I pay $79 a day. I know, $79 a day, that's a lot. Most people don't pay anywhere near that, and no, that does not include a personal trainer. That's just for the use of the facility. No pools, no tennis court, no hot tub. So what the flip justifies me paying $79 a day for my gym? The answer is simple. My gym membership is actually $79 a month, and last month, I went once. 1 day of attendance, $79 a month equals $79 per day for that gym. Now, I know that sounds silly, but how many people join a gym and never go? Or they go for 3 months and then they stop going, but they keep paying. I've been there, or I haven't been there. That's the whole point. That happens all the time in the fitness world. We join a gym telling ourselves we're going to go work out more, and for a month, we do. Then we stop going, but we keep paying. Now, we're not here to talk about gyms, we're here to talk about colleges, but the problem is the same. After delivering over 1,000 college speeches over the last 20 years, I have witnessed a frightening number of students treat college like it's a gym membership. In other words, they're paying the full amount, but they're only doing the minimum to get through school. I have personally seen far too many college students do this. They leave their dorm room and they put their headphones in. Then they walk to class. When they get to class, they take their headphones out. When class is over, they put the headphones back in and then they walk back to their dorm room. Then they stay in their dorm room because in that dorm room there's a video game console and a giant TV. They study to get the grades that they need because once they pass enough courses, they get a degree. Now, I don't judge any of these students. I wasted a lot of time back when I was in college in 19... But the difference between me and all of those students is way back when, college was a lot cheaper. That's it. I'm not super proud of my gym attendance record, but at least I did not have to borrow money to go to my gym. I did go into debt to go to college, like millions of other students do, but when I did it, college was a lot cheaper. Now, people go to college for many reasons. They will say, I want to get a degree, I want to get a job, I want to network, I want to meet my special someone. Maybe rethink that one. But all of these reasons can be summed up into one reason that you go to college. You go to college to increase your opportunities. Whether that is to increase your chances of getting into grad school or getting a better job or network or meet your future life partner, we go to college to increase our opportunities. But debt decreases our opportunities. So while I may not have been the most engaged college student, I borrowed far less debt than most college students have to today. I had more opportunities simply because I borrowed less money. One conversation that has been going on for the past 20 years in the financial and educational worlds is this discussion that college is getting more expensive. And it is getting more expensive. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, since the year 2000, the cost of college has risen over 59%. And keep in mind, college was already expensive in the year 2000. No one can disagree that college is getting more expensive, but that's not the whole picture. Yes, college is getting more expensive, but that additional money that colleges are taking in is going somewhere. It's not going up in smoke. Yes, some of the money is going to increase costs, inflation, but a large part of this money is going to new facilities, additional programs, and better services. In short, colleges aren't just taking in more money and lighting it on fire. They are taking in more money because they have expanded the opportunities that they offer. I used to speak at a college every year, starting around 2004. Now, whenever I speak on a college campus, I always ask for a day pass to their fitness center. I don't always go, but I always ask. When I first spoke at that school in 2004, their fitness center looked something like this. But a few years later, they built an $80 million fitness facility. It had indoor and outdoor pools, a 2-story fitness center, a climbing wall, personal trainers for free, yoga classes, Pilates classes. I have never worked out in a facility as palatial as this one. And I never get to use the word palatial, so that means something. Same thing happened to me where I went to school. I went to the University of Miami in sunny Florida. When I first got there, the fitness center was in 2 portable trailers. But in my sophomore year, they built a multi-million-dollar facility. Yes, tuition has gone up, but slowly colleges are improving their campuses and the programs they offer. They're striving for better food, better fitness facilities, better job training, basically an all-around better experience. The point is, if you are going to pay the higher tuition rate, then you need to take advantage of the programs that are the reason behind that higher rate. Let me give you an example. In my first year of college, I was assigned to write a paper for English class. Now, I can't remember what the paper was about, but I remember that I went to the writing center to get some help with the paper. At the writing center, which was a building all on its own, a graduate student helped me with my paper. I worked on it, then I ended up going back to the writing center for a second time. Then I got an A on the paper. Now, sadly, my trips to the writing center suffered the same plight as the New Year's gym resolutions. The trips got less and less frequent. I was paying for the writing center, but I wasn't using it. One of the most dangerous things that college students say is a statement that is only 2 words. Those 2 dangerous words are, "It's free." I've used that in this program. It's free. I was once on a college campus, and I overheard 2 young ladies talking. One of them said, "Hey, do you want to go try that yoga class in the gym on Tuesday? It's free." On another campus, I overheard 2 other students talking about a trip the school was offering to go see a Red Sox game. One student said, "We should go. It's free." No, that yoga class is not free. The trip to go see the Red Sox is not free. It's just already paid for. You already paid for it, or your parents already paid for it, or you are borrowing money to pay for it. When I went to that $80 million gym on that campus that I've been speaking at since 2004, that gym wasn't free. Those classes at the gym weren't free. They were just already paid for. When we view something as free, we don't respect it. When we view something as something we've paid for, we respect it more. I know viewers wanted me to answer the question, is college worth it? But I had to take people on this roundabout journey because the long-winded answer to that question Is college worth it? Well, that's up to you. If you treat college the way I used to treat my gym membership, paying the full price but only going once a month, then no, college is not worth it. Let me say that again for the folks in the back. If you're just going to go to class, get the grade you need to get the degree, then I'm sorry, college is not worth it. It's just too expensive. Parents, if your student is just going to go to class, then college is not worth it. If that's the plan, then just go to the cheapest college you can find, if you go at all. Now, if you have a full ride scholarship, then okay, I suppose that justifies the cost. But for those paying for their tuition or borrowing money, it's not worth it if you only go to class just to get the degree. You are paying too much and getting too little. However, if you're taking advantage of everything you possibly can that the college offers, then I would say that yes, it's absolutely worth it. I would go so far as to say the price of college is correctly valued according to the programs it offers. If you take advantage of everything, you will get your money's worth. Relatively speaking, you will be paying a small amount of money to access hundreds of millions of dollars worth of resources. The question is, are you going to hit it hard? Parents, is your child going to hit it hard? Most college students do not visit the career center until their senior year when they need to get a job, or their junior year when they need to get an internship. But the moment you step foot on campus, you are paying for that career center. So it makes sense to start planning your career immediately. I'm not asking that to sway you either way, but it's an important question and one that you should be honest with yourself about. If you're not going to hit it hard, that's okay, but save your money. I mean that. Go to a less expensive school or take courses online. But if you do go to an expensive school, then be sure to hit it hard. Take advantage of everything that you can. Remember, education increases your opportunities, but debt decreases your opportunities. It is true that college is getting more expensive. However, that money is not just going up in smoke. Colleges are funneling a lot of that money right back into their facilities and their programs. They're charging more, but they're offering more. So the answer as to whether or not college is worth it is totally up to you. If you just go to class to get the grade, to get the degree, you're probably overpaying. But if you go to college and hit it hard, going to the career center, the writing center, the math lab, the fitness center, then I think you will get your money back several times over. It's not free, it's just already paid for. Thanks for watching. YouTube loves it when you hit the like button and subscribe. And if you have a question that you want me to answer, just leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you.